All right, check this out, man. It's time that we take fucking proactive measures, that we be proactive, and our federal government arrest these fucking traitors. I'm one Sir Grove. This is C4CW casting 495 celebrities worldwide. It's 45 degrees Fahrenheit approximately, and the sun's out right now. Listening to Rush Limbaugh's EIB network, and I'm hearing callers call in and talk about how they're sick and fucking tired of the show trial and how they're fed up. And I'm talking about senior citizens calling in, military families, men, women. Dude, it's time that we fucking put a stop to this shit, man. It really is. We cannot ever allow for this type of scenario to play out ever again in the future. If one considers, okay, let's do it like this. All right. By the way, I'm one Sir Grove, rap artist, one Sir Grove. If you are true fans of this show, which I know many of you are, for those who are, we 495, we most certainly fucking appreciate you. Each and every one of you. This goddamn show trial, this Nazi Germany, America wannabe situation, that is exactly what they want. Listen, I understand some of these folks have Jewish heritage as part of their background, come from Jewish heritage. I understand that Barack Hussein is mixed minority, and that he's half one thing and half something else. Despite the fact that these folks come from said backgrounds, these individuals are self-hating enemies who believe in a fascistic society. They believe that they are dominant. They believe that they are elite. They believe that they are above the fucking law. The Clintons, the Bidens, the Schiffs, the Nadlers, the whomever, Pelosi's. They're all part of a cabal. They think that they run the United States. They need force to meet them and politically lay them figuratively the fuck down. They need to be politically wiped the fuck out. No jokes, man. No jokes, no giggles, no laughs, no humor about what they're doing. This thing that they have done, this coup that Mark Zaid, disgraced bum-ass traitor in America, un-American motherfucker, along with this so-called whistleblower client, this client of his, so-called fucking whistleblower, who's a phony whistleblower, and we know it. We, the American people, know it's all a fucking ruse. All artifice, all deception, all part of a highly orchestrated coup plot. These people need to be politically obliterated. I'm saying in the figurative sense of they need to be stopped and they need to be punished for what the fuck they have done. I have listened to the full gamut, the full spectrum of conservative Republicans on talk, radio, podcast, the internet, on radio, TV, in the spectrum, the real world spectrum. I've heard all the analyses. I have analyzed and understood all the analyses from the right. And I have been one of the contributors. We know the fucking story. We know exactly what they did. We know exactly how the fuck they did it. We know exactly who is involved. If you go back and listen to just Mark Levin himself, for the past 4 years, he's mapped out every human being to a T. He's mentioned the names of folks beyond Nancy Pelosi and AOC and Rashida and Omar and Schiff and Nadler. He's mapped them all out. Dozens of them. Beyond James Comey and Andrew McCabe. He's named over 100 people involved in the cabal. Now think about it like this. Let's think about this fifth column, seditious mole traitor organization, un-American cabal, fifth column in America. And let's treat it as a fucking street gang. Because that's really what the fuck it is, man. It is a bunch. It is a group. It is a network. It is a mob. It is a fucking gang. And it can be annihilated like any other fucking street gang. If we go hard, if we go ultra hard, we can take these motherfuckers out politically, legally. And we, with the demonstration of force, using and going with a force multiplier effect, fighting fire with fire, because that's the only thing that works. That's the only thing that the socialists who have gone extreme, who are not just espousing their political views, but encroaching and imposing and mandating and forcing them on us, which becomes communism, which becomes fascism. They're no longer just radical socialists. They're beyond. They've crossed over. They're changing, attempting, that is, to change our Constitution. They are attempting to alter the Republic. Now, in under 8 minutes, I have identified the threat to America. We, the American people, folks coming together to fight this fucking goddamn evil, this kangaroo court, show trial, sham impeachment, also taking into account and consideration the fact that they spent tens of millions of our dollars on a witch hunt, on a fake, doctored up, manufactured, conjured up, contrived Russia collusion hoax. They spent all of that fucking money, tens of millions of dollars, to live in the lap of luxury, to live the jet set lifestyle, to go around knocking on doors. Mueller interviewed over his team over 1,000 people. 1,000 fucking people eating food, sitting in ornate office settings that we, the American people, paid for. He spent all that fucking time Nazi door knocking, shaking people down, arresting people. If that is not some Nazi Germany, America type shit, and I'm saying this rhetorically, then I don't know what the fuck is. You have had a coup plot play out in front of our faces. Not one single perpetrator has been held responsible, accountable, arrested, indicted. Not one. And this happened in the United States of America. Now, I'm empathetic and sympathetic to and toward the Jewish community because I'm Judeo-Christian myself, and my grandfather fought Nazis in World War II. So I come from a lineage of those who fight fascism. And when people say never again, when we say never again, my grandfather lost a leg in World War II, and he died prematurely after the war. He wasn't that old, and my grandmother never remarried. These fucking communists, these fascists, these radical dem socialists, they have done it again right in front of your eyes to some degree. And if allowed to do so, they will do even more. They will take your motherfucking guns from you. They will use the U.S. federal government to do that because they have been in control of the broken FBI and the broken CIA during and under the Hussein Obama administration. These diabolical foes, these pernicious, malevolent, internecine, insidious traitors to our country have distorted our system of government, law, jurisprudence, and they have puppet string operated the FBI and the CIA with John Brennan and the phony whistleblower who originated at CIA inside as a mole fucking traitor abusing her, because we don't know if it's Eric Charamilla. We don't know. So whoever the phony whistleblower was, is he or she? Come on, man. At this fucking point, are we going to keep saying that we don't know who the fuck it is? Or are we just going to be 100% real about the shit? So, these abuses of power are unprecedented in U.S. American history. Not one arrest has taken fucking place. You know how sick and tired I am of seeing Gerald fucking Nadler run his goddamn fucking mouth about how Donald Trump supposedly obstructed Congress and justice? That is not justice. Gerald Nadler is not justice. Gerald Nadler is a self-hating, fascist collaborator. So is Hussein Obama. So is Hillary Clinton with her money laundering, and the Biden crime family, and the fucking Obamas in their jet set lifestyle of taking expensive, luxurious fucking trips and sending via John Kerry courier $150 billion to the mullahs, the Quds forces, the Ayatollahs, the Iranians. These motherfuckers sold out America. Fusion GPS, Burisma, all these different motherfucking companies, shell companies. These motherfuckers are shills. These motherfuckers comprise a fifth column movement in America. And they have attempted to ransack our government. They have attempted to sack our government. They have attempted to overthrow a duly elected president. And not one has been arrested. When I, in a forward-moving trajectory, am able to do my little tiny, microscopic, small part in fighting this evil, which as you can see, I already am. These evil, vicious, outright fucking dangerous individuals who have corrupted our government. Nazi Germany, America, door knocking, indicting, arresting, setting up American citizens and having them railroaded and hauled off to federal prison right in front of your faces. We say never again, but look what the fuck is happening. Now, some of you may sit back and say, Grove, yeah, it's a lot of energy there, but we're a little bit more passive. Are you? Are you really? You're a little bit more passive. Your approach is to sit back and joke about Nancy Pelosi on the fucking radio, to make jokes, to laugh it up, while not one of them has been confronted and arrested and apprehended and shut the fuck down. Not one of the culprits, not one of the fucking goddamn domestic terrorist perpetrators has been held accountable, responsible. Not one. Not one. And we say never again. And yet it's happening again. It's happening right in front of our faces, right in front of our eyes. Do you think it's not? Right now, the U.S. federal government, under Schiff, under Nadler, under Pelosi, special counsel, Robert Mueller, James Comey, they can come and take you away. They can just make up some shit. They can say you colluded with the Russians. They can say you did this, you did that, you did X, you did Y, you did Z. They can come and indict you, man, and they can take you to federal prison and they can put you in a fucking black site and say you did some shit that you didn't fucking do. And then they can have a show trial, kangaroo court, and fucking railroad you. They can do that right now. Oh, and that's what they've been doing right in front of our goddamn fucking faces. Right in front of our eyes. Right in front of our eyes. And not one has been stopped thus far. I keep hearing about John Durham's investigation. When? When is it going to conclude? I have faith in his investigative powers based on his credentials and what I've heard. But when, man, when? The fact that this entire situation has gone on for as long as it has been, with not one, as long as it has, and for not one higher authority in government to step in and say, your show trial is done. It is over. And each one of you who provided false data and bore false witness and created false allegations based on baseless information, each one of you is being referred to the Justice Department, under the Trump administration for prosecution. Get the fuck off the podium. Step down. You are to exit the property at the behest of security. You are to be accompanied by federal law enforcement officers, agents, immediately off this property, these premises. You are to turn in your badges. Your lanyards, your ID cards, all of your security credentials at the security booth, and you are to leave this property, and you are effective, immediately banned from these premises, this property, and you will be hearing from the federal prosecutor community. And you will be hearing from federal prosecutors. And that's it, man. That's it. But it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. While America sits back, while the world sits back and watches this show trial, this sham impeachment, and all of this shit play out, we have to ask ourselves, why are we allowing for America to be viewed in this way, in this manner? Why are we allowing, that is America, allowing for this coup plot to play out the way that it has been playing out, with zero interdiction, with zero intervening? Zero. It should have never gotten this goddamn fucking far. But it has. It has. So I have no choice at this point but to do whatever I can to rise in the ranks of government and to do my part to ensure that something like this never happens again on One Sir Grove.